Well, hello, and it's time for another walk around and possibly even start of a classic bike. This is an unusual one. It's a BSA Gold Star, isn't it? It looks like a Gold Star. It says BSA on a tank. This is BSA on the side panel. Hang on. That doesn't look like a BSA engine. That's because it's actually a modified Yamaha SR500 engine, which is indeed a modified XT500 engine, dates all the way back to the early 70s. Well, mid-70s. This was built as a project by BSA Regal, an engineering company based in Southampton, who took over and rose again from the ashes of the original BSA factory as an engineering company. They were bikers, they still are, and they decided, because they own the name, to revive the famous BSA Gold Star. And what they did, rather cleverly, is design a brand new British frame in a classic feather bed loop, using some British made parts. Tank is aluminium, side panels are aluminium, painted aluminium. Chrome headlight with ammeter and the classic Lucas lights, typical stuff. Dreadful clocks, really awful, cheap, budget, nasty, rubbish. This one's got swan neck bars, which are lovely. They're completely flat. They look like ace bars, but they're completely flat. Yamaha switchgear. A seat that's made in leather, actual genuine leather with extra padding. And they were built mostly, or initially, for the export market, which was using the 400 Yamaha engine to go to Japan, who lapped them up, and I think they built 100 of them. They were quickly all sold, and they decided to increase the marketing and the manufacture of these things using the 500 engine, which Yamaha supplied for them. Other Yamaha parts that I've spotted is the front brake, which is superb. Is actually looks like a Yamaha SR500 twin leading shoe. I think the forks are Yamaha. I think the rear wheel's Yamaha. And the engine itself is obviously an SR500 motor, which has been modified a bit to accept the open air filter and the much more open and throaty exhaust, which is obviously Gold Star style. They claim 33 horsepower. It's a little bit down on the 50s Gold Star. I think that's probably about right. It's a very basic no thrills machine. It's very light, 144 kilograms, which is nothing. It's about 125 weight, and moving it around the garage and pushing it is just a doddle. It's the easiest thing in the world. 5-speed box. Performance, they claimed 100 miles an hour. Yeah, I reckon it would get there. It's geared high. It's geared to do 100 miles an hour. And you have to sort of work at it to get to it. It hasn't got quite the punch of my 1958 Gold Star Clubman, which I sold last year, but it's probably an easier bike to live with. It's got Lucas style indicators. They're not Lucas, but they're Lucas style. This is all very nicely done, all in stainless steel. It's got a beautiful top yoke, which is engraved with BSA. You can't quite see it under the keyring, but all of these bits are really nice. A few little tacky bits, as I said, a rev counter and speeder are awful. I mean, they're really, really bad, and will need to be changed. When you bought the bike, you could specify what you wanted. So I've ridden one of these before, in fact, and these are made in polished aluminium, and the tank is polished aluminium. The owner of this one, Mr. Christensen, you can see it here. This machine was built for Mr. J. Christensen. He wanted black side panels, which were pretty much like the DBD 34, and this is a Jaguar blue colour, I believe, to match his car. You could specify a single or dual seat. He had obviously a dual seat. I've got the rear pegs, which will go here. Trimmed in leather or vinyl. He had it trimmed in leather. He had extra padding. I've got all that on the original build. And it's just a very nice, very cool bike. It's incredibly unusual. It's more than an SR500 Cafe Racer. It's very different to a Gold Star. Whether it's less or more than a Gold Star, well, I guess, you know, time will tell and only you can decide. I would say it's more of a Gold Star than the latest Indian made, I think they're Mahindra, aren't they? 650 with a Rotax engine. That's about as much Gold Star as this is, and at least a large element of this is British and made by British people. So it's perhaps a more genuine BSA modern incarnation of a famous old name. So here it is. You know, it's a kickstart bike, 500 single. They're always difficult to start, but we'll have a go. So we put the ignition on. We might need to bear with me while we get him on there. So I'll still keep talking to you, but I'm all on my own, as you know, and we'll have a go at kicking it. And of course, all my bikes start first time. So, I give you the 2001 BSA Regal Gold SR Classic Cafe Racer. Goes like the clappers. Sounds fantastic. Stops as well as any bike I've ridden. Has rear shocks that are real pogo stick stuff.